Jackpine Gypsies welcome home the progressive American Flat Track series to where it all began. Sturgis, South Dakota. Briar Bauman brings his red-hot Harley-Davidson and the points lead in the Mission Super Twins class and will try to fend off the charge by Yamaha-led Dallas Daniels in a duel in the Black Hills.
Just one more race to go, and I'll be coming home.
It's nostalgia at its best as these two classic motorcycling icons reconnect in the shadows of the world's largest motorcycle rally.
Welcome to round 10 of the Progressive American Flat Track Series, where the combatants have descended upon the Black Hills of Sturgis, South Dakota. The series will debut a new venue on the circuit with a deeply rooted history in the sport. It's the legendary Jackpine Gypsies short track. I'm Kristen Beat, joined alongside the voice of the American Flat Track Series, Scotty Dubler, also the 2017 AFT Singles Champion, Colby Carlisle. Guys, a marathon week on tap, 3 races in 5 days.
We haven't done 3 races in this short a time period since back in 2001 at the Springfield Short Track and 2 Springfield Miles. It is going to be hard on all the riders and all the teams.
And with 3 races in 1 week, there is so much to risk. You can lose so many points so fast, or you could be the benefactor of your competition struggling.
Round 10 is also the second Mission Triple Challenge race of the season, 3 features in each class. Each feature grows in length. Highest combined points per class wins the overall. Now, at the last Mission Triple Challenge in Lima, no one was able to earn a clean sweep.
In the singles class, Tom Drain won the first one. It was Trevor Bruner had an excellent night. He won main event number 2, but had a mechanical in that third one that left Drain with the win. He got the overall at the first Triple Challenge.
Dallas Daniels and the team reverted back to an old setup that got them back into the winning ways. Briar Bauman was able to pick up a win, but ultimately it was the Essence Racing team with the overall.
Then, guys, last time out at round 9 in Wheatland, Missouri, Briar Bauman regained the points lead. It has been a game of cat and mouse all season.
In that singles class, though, it was Tom Drain who checked out early, and then the battle between Sadoff and Bruner tracked down the 59 last lap pass, and it was the 21 in his first win of the season, Trevor Bruner.
And in the twins class, Dallas Daniels had a tough start to the day. It took them all day long to find the setup they needed, but Briar Bauman had his best day yet, was able to grab the win. Dallas Daniels inched close, but not able to do it.
In the Super Twins class, it has either been Briar Bauman or Dallas Daniels on the top step of the podium all season long. Can anyone step up and challenge them?
This is a perfect place for that to happen. On a short track this small, the Twins have never raced on a racetrack this small. Anything can happen. Somebody might go in there and move those guys out of the way.
As a rider, all you have to do here is get a good start and be consistent. Be a little bit aggressive. Anybody that's good at starting or short tracks could win here tonight.
Then looking towards the singles class, Tom Drain has a 23-point lead over Chase Sadoff and the rest of the field. How do they start chipping away at that lead?
You just attack. That's what it is. We're short track racing. You can get rough with these guys, and it's a little bit acceptable here. So attack him, try to ruffle his feathers up, but it's 3 races in this week. You can make up so much ground. 23 points could be nothing leaving here.
It is one full race ahead, so my question is, will Tom Drain be conservative? Will he sit back and settle for a 3rd place, or will he go up there and go for the win?
Also, a new class this weekend, the AFT AdventureTrackers will hit the track out here at Jackpine Gypsies. Guys, pretty exciting.
Absolutely. These bikes have to be 500 pounds and above 850 cc's. None of these riders have really ridden these bikes before.
Basically, it's a motorcycle you can ride on the trails or ride in the streets. Tonight, we're going to see him on the racetrack.
Gentlemen, it is time to send you both on your way. I will check in with y'all a little bit later, but for now, let's take a closer look at the players in the Adventure Tracker class. Former Production Twins champion Jesse Janisch, the king of Peoria Henry Wiles, fan favorite Danny Eslick. Let's throw it over to Scotty Dubler, who has more in the paddock.
Walking in the pits, it's time for my favorite part. It is time for the pit walk. We got a brand new class going on this weekend. We actually raced here last year on the streets of Sturgis. It's the Adventure Tracker class. These great big motorcycles. This guy right here started life in flat track, left and went road racing. Now you're back on this great big tall motorcycle. It's taller than you are, Danny.
It is. These bikes are, you know, sit a little higher than the flat track bikes that I'm used to over the years, but it's a lot of fun. You know, I can't thank Saddleman enough for giving me the call to come out here to Sturgis and throw a leg over it again.
We come out to Sturgis Bike Week every year. We got 3 races in 5 days. What are you going to do when you're not at the racetrack in Sturgis?
Oh man, just hanging out and people watching. There's lots of good people watching here in Sturgis.
That is Danny Essick on the number 64 Harley-Davidson. Let's see who else we can find. Also down here in the pits is the number 13 in that adventure tracker class. It's Morgan Mishler. Morgan, that is a brand new motorcycle. There's not one single scratch on it. Have you not ridden that thing yet?
No, I'm not the one that got to do any riding on it, unfortunately. They just kind of brought it and they're like, make it work. See if BMW can hop on top of the box today and have a little bit of fun doing so.
All right, so we're here for the entire week. 3 races in 5 days. What do you do when you're not here? Because you seem like a kind of guy that might get in a little bit of trouble.
Well, what I'm going to try to do is try to get BMW to allow me to ride this thing around a little bit. I've gotten to do a little bit of adventuring around this area before, so if I can get the A-OK, I want to be able to rip this thing around, hopefully not get it, you know, put it in impound downtown Sturgis, but obviously have a little bit of fun riding around these beautiful black hills.
That's Morgan Mishler on the number 13 BMW in the Adventure Tracker class. One more rider in the Adventure Tracker class is Dan Bromley. Dan on the 62, this year on a Suzuki. My first question is, did you take the kickstand sensor off that cost you the race last year?
Yeah, we eliminated that, and hopefully I'll never have that issue again. It's a weird thing, and it happens, I guess.
This bike, you just told me you've only ridden it a couple times, but you're going to ride the rest of the week? You're going to go sightseeing?
Oh yeah, that's what it's for. It's an adventure bike. We're just taking street bikes and taking turn signals off and having some fun tonight, and putting them back on. I'm going to go ride all week and then come back and race the TT.
What is one thing you have to see when you come to Sturgis?
Rushmore for sure.
That's Dan Bromley on the number 62. He's in the Adventure Tracker class on a Suzuki. Keep your eyes on the 62. For more on the racetrack, let's go down to Colby Carlisle.
The triple challenge format at a track this short puts so much emphasis on qualifying. Only the top 4 to the front row. So guys like Dallas Daniels, who struggled at Lucas Oil earlier on in the day, wasn't able to figure out into the main event, need to execute early on in qualifying today. Starting on that 2nd and 3rd row could immensely hurt you as the night goes on. So qualifying, that could be all that matters.
I'm here with Dalton Gauthier. Dalton Gauthier opened the season in the singles class with a podium. An injury in Sonoy sidelined him. He returned in the Super Twins class in DuQuoin with a top 10. Dalton, an up and down season, obstacles. However, you're back here racing. Where are you at right now?
I'm just trying to get back to where I was, you know. The injury was a big setback for me. I've never had a crash or an injury like that was so bad. So yeah, it took me a couple months to really get my mental back, and it was a scary crash for sure, but I feel like I've found my love back for the sport again. I'm training really hard, and yeah, I'm doing double duty today, so I'm just trying to do as much racing as I can and building myself up for next year.
How do you build yourself back up mentally? This has been a really challenging season for you on the bike and off the bike.
Honestly, just I've been riding. I rode that Kawasaki, I rode my KTMs this year, and riding different brands, kind of like my old self. Like 2016 days, I've ridden all these different brands. So
that's when I met you, when you debuted on your bike. You had 4 different bike manufacturers that season. You still found the podium.
Yep. So just hopping on stuff and riding them and doing pretty well. So yeah, I just want to get some green lights under my belt and get ready for next year. Honestly, I want to come out swinging and be in the Super Twins class full time on a Aprilia that we're building right now. So yeah, that's the plan, and come out swinging.
Do you still see yourself capable of wins in the Premier class? Do you still love racing as much as you did back in 2019?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was saying. I think I'm finding my love for it again. I just want to come out swinging. I think I have the talent to go win races in the Super Twins class and the singles and all the other classes, honestly. So yeah, just been training my butt off and finding the love for it again, and just having fun like I should be.
And this weekend, double duty, singles and the adventure trackers. How are you going to manage it? Especially with a big week ahead of you.
Yeah, I mean, 2 classes is going to be a lot, but just building my fitness up, honestly. I think 2 classes will be good for me, and yeah, just more laps, the better for me.
Well, I'm excited to see what you can do not only in the singles class, but also on the adventure tracker. I know you're so good at moto, and seeing that worlds kind of collide is going to be really exciting. And best of luck to you, Dalton. Coming up after the break, more racing from the American Flat Track Series.
American Flat Track Series is brought to you by Mission Foods. Mission Foods has you covered with race day recipes that are too fast, too tasty. And by Triumph Motorcycles and their brand new Tiger 900, built for the toughest trails and wherever adventure takes you.
Welcome back to the Jackpine Gypsies Short Track. Adventure Trackers getting ready. Colby, what is an Adventure Tracker bike?
An adventure tracker has to weigh at least 500 pounds, be above 850 cc's. You can ride it on the trail, you can ride it on the street, but tonight we're racing it.
The starting lineup looks like this. The first three are former champs in our sport in different disciplines: Bromley, Janish, and Gautier, and you also have Hunter Bauer on that front row. Main event for the AFT Adventure Tracker class. 10 laps the distance. He clears the racetrack. Again, these are street legal motorcycles. You can ride them in the trails, you can ride them on the street, but tonight we're racing them at the Jackpine Gypsy Short Track. Dan Bromley takes a look down, wants to make sure his front wheel is right where he put it. They're having a little issue with the light right now when that light changes from red to the first yellow. Wiles puts his shield down. The RPM's starting to pick up. It's hard to hear some of them. They're so quiet with, though, that really good exhaust they have. And now the clutches are out. The whole shot's going to go to our pole set of the 62 of Bromley. Looking around the outside, we got company. Who's looking around the outside, Colby?
We've got Hunter Bauer. He didn't make the singles main event, so he's making the most of it. He's having a really good time. But we've got guys like Dan Bromley and Henry Wiles who just did 10 laps in the Super Twins main event. So now they're coming out here to do another 10 laps in the Adventure Tracker main.
Jesse Janish on the 33 is not running any other class, so he is focused in this class, on this class only. He's looking up the inside. Here comes Jesse Janish on the Harley-Davidson, a former Production Twins champion, battling against a former singles champion going into turn number 1.
Yeah, and Bromley riding a little bit of a higher line. Jesse's going to have the advantage here if Bromley slips up at all.
Are you surprised that Bromley's running that high line?
It's a little bit smoother where he's riding, but now he's going to have to go back to work and get by Janish up the inside.
But he will have Janish to judge off of to see if he's faster or slower.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be able to adjust his line here, but it's going to be hard to get by Janish with him running that lower line. Bromley's going to have to try to square him up like he did there. He's just going to have to get a better drive.
Kristen's got some more info on Dan Bromley.
Guys, Dan Bromley is one of the taller riders in the paddock as well. These bikes are 500 pounds, but they're also very tall. Dan Bromley has a genetic advantage on this bike. You can also see how much differently he's riding it than Jesse Janish. A lot of body language.
Yeah, Dan Bromley's coming in a lot higher. You can see that he's trying to square off the corner and get a better run to squirt under Jesse Janish. Jesse Janish making a few bobbles here and there because of how technical the track is, but Bromley yet to take advantage of it.
Let's go back to third place right now. It's Gautier. Here comes Wiles on the line 11. Bauer's back there on the 24 bike. This is the battle for third right now. Here comes the 911. Wiles trying to get up there and get that fourth position. They're trying to go 3 wide. Bauer looks like he misses the corner. Maybe his brakes getting a little bit too hot.
Yeah, Bauer way up the track there, and Wiles on the 911 just did that 10-lap main event, so he didn't have much time to recover from that one. Just a sip of water. He's out here battling with a former champion of Dalton Gautier.
Look at Wiles. His pipes are glowing red underneath it right now. He's giving that thing all he's got. Race is just about over already. It's real quick laps. Now we got Wiles up to third on the 911. They're all chasing number 33, Janish. There's the white flag. Final lap, Adventure Tracker class, the best battles for a third. Wiles has that third spot. Here's the battle for the lead. The 33, Jesse Janish on the Harley-Davidson Pan America into turn number 3 for the final time. Janish will win in Sturgis. Bromley is second on the Suzuki. Gautier gets up there. What happened to Wiles? Gautier gets up there, gets that third spot on the 79 bike. Wiles must have had an issue right there at the end. Here are the results from the main event for the AFT Adventure Trackers. Janish by 0.282 seconds over Dan Bromley. Gautier third. Austin Luzak is fourth. Henry Wiles had a problem there at the end. He fades back to fifth. Eslick, Bauer, Hosh, and Morgan Mr. your top 9. Standing by with Kristen Beat. There's your winner, number 33.
A former Production Twins champion taking the Adventure Tracker class win here in Sturgis at the inaugural Jackpine Gypsies. A big moment for you and this team on a bike that you seem to really enjoy, Jesse.
Oh yeah, we've been having a blast. Got to ride the thing all day yesterday out in the hills, enjoy all the scenic views of Sturgis, which was amazing. It was a good run, and yeah, we're stoked to get the first one.
Thanks so much, Jesse, and congratulations on the win.
Here's the replay. Janish grabbing the whole shot, the 33 Harley-Davidson. Bromley actually had the whole shot on the 62 bike, and then Janish went to work.
Yeah, Janish had a really good start, but Bromley on the inside was able to edge him out. This is where Janish goes up the inside. Bromley was running a little bit of a higher line, but Janish gets him.
He said the seat bolt came undone. No big deal. They keep on going until they get that checkered flag, right?
That's it.
Here's the double checkered from Big P, the flag man. Janish takes a look, and he's pretty pumped up about that one.
Dan, I mentioned it during the race, but you were moving forward and back on the bike, just trying to find something. What were you looking for?
I was looking for anything. You know, I had a great start, and I felt someone on my butt the whole time, and I peeked back, and I saw it was Jesse. I was like, man, he's going to make this a dogfight. So I was trying to do everything I could with these street tires to get traction. There's a lot of weight out there with all these ruts and everything, but it was a great time. You know, it's pretty cool to have 3 series champions up here on the podium. You got Jesse, myself, and Dalton have all done this in the past, and to come up here and have some fun in this adventure class and put a little money in our pockets, it's great.
The points look like this. Jesse Janish with the win at round number 1. He is our points leader. Dan Bromley second, Gautier third, Austin Luzak fourth, and Henry Wiles in that 5th position. When we return, we'll set up the AFT singles action right here in Sturgis, South Dakota. Welcome back to the Jackpine Gypsies short track. And just a reminder, tonight is a Mission Triple Challenge race, which means no heat races, so qualifying means everything. Turner Honda teammates were fastest earlier today, led by rookie Walker Porter and the last round winner, Trevor Bruner.
It's really cool to see all these bikers out here, and really cool to be on a short track that I'm familiar with. I have a couple of these back at home that I've really, I started growing up on riding, and then it's just cool to be on something I'm used to.
It's actually really high, not only just because of the confidence boost and knowing I can win now finally, but this track actually resembles my hometown track in Lawrenceburg, Indiana quite a lot. So, you know, it's kind of a double down on the confidence boost. So we're feeling really good, and these Sierra 450Rs provided by Turner Flat Track Racing are really going good. So, yeah, I think we got a good shot tonight.
Let's take a look at the AFT singles out here, the highlights, how we got here in this one. Singles start number 1 in main event number 1. Bruner grabs the whole shot.
Yeah, and Bruner had a really good handling bike in this first one, able to make the lines work, gets by Chase Sadoff here, bumps him out of the way just ever so slightly, and he takes it from here.
Bruner was on the gas, gets by Sadoff and drained way back there in the middle of the pack. He ends up 7th in main event number 1 in the AFT singles class. It's such good racing. They went down to the wire, but the 21 taking the win. Trevor Bruner taking over where he left off at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, Chase had a good line going and got around me, and then tried to stick it up the inside, and he held it on the throttle a lot longer than I kind of thought he would, and just kind of clipped his rear tire and upset him a little bit. It's kind of a slip up, but it worked out in my favor, so no harm, no foul, and got the pass done and made it stuck. And yeah, we're going to keep the confidence going, and hopefully we keep the ball rolling. So.
Up next, AFT singles main event number 2. This time the 21 grabs the whole shot on the bottom. Drain from that second row, goes up the inside. He gets the second in a hurry.
Yeah, Drain wastes no time in this one. Able to get up the inside of Bruner here. Bruner a little bit wider. Drain will take the lead.
Drain looking good on the 59 Yamaha. They made a bunch of changes during the break, and here goes a wild wreck right there. Not exactly sure how he got started, but the 26 of Roos Evans ends up on the ground.
Yeah, Roos Evans falls down there, which is going to bring us into a restart. It's going to be Tom Drain leading us into 1 after this red flag restart.
There goes Cage Tapman looking at the high side. He will settle for second, but this time it is Tom Drain taking the win in main event number 2.
Felt pretty good in that first race, just could not get through anyone after a bad start, but I've been feeling not the best today, so that was definitely good to get that win, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
And going into this 3rd and final main event, we've got the Essenson Racing rider Tom Drain leading us with 58 points, but only 3 points back is Trevor Bruner with 55, 3 points back from Bruner's Cage Tadman. So all 3 of these riders so close going into that final main event.
All 3 of those guys can win the Mission Triple Challenge with a win, but there is a dark horse in the mix as well. Chase Sadoff has a chance to win the whole thing if he can pull off a win in the 3rd feature.
In our inaugural visit to the Jackpine Gypsies short track, many of the teams were stumped as to what package to test on and qualify on early in the day. In the AFT singles class, Chase Sadoff, who trails Tom Drain by 23 points in the standing, tested 2 bikes, an A bike and a B bike. When I spoke with his crew chief, Brian Bigelow, he said the reason for that was because they weren't sure how this track would shape up here tonight. If the track was sticky and goopy, they might have needed the downpipe bike, which would have been punchier, a little more aggressive, higher speeds. However, they chose the A-bike. That A-bike option had the up pipe on it. It's a little more mellow. It was easier. It was calmer to ride around this shorter track and a little more stable. Ultimately, they went with the more stable bike, as did most of the singles class, but just a testament as to how unsure these teams were entering this first race at this track. They didn't even know what kind of bike to unload. And guys, it has been a day where they've been testing, trying different things, strategizing, all leading up to this moment in this finale.
Here is your starting lineup for the AFT singles class presented by Kicker. All 4 riders on the front row are all of the winners of this season in this class. Terrence Santero back there in the 5th spot. Dalton Gauthier will start 10th. He is the Ironman tonight, just coming off the AdventureTracker podium. And Walker Porter, who was fastest at qualifying, he's starting way back in 15th. We will line up the AFT singles class when we return to Sturgis. Welcome back to Sturgis for the start of the AFT singles class presented by Kicker. Sadoff on the outside on the 88 bike. There's Blackjack 21, Trevor Bruner. He won the last round. Starting second, Cage Tadman. He won the 2 California rounds on that 228. And on the inside, 3 wins this season, the 59, Tom Drain. A stacked front row. 20 laps the distance. AFT singles presented by Kicker. Main event number 3 is on the track here in Sturgis. She walks off the racetrack. The bikes go into gear. Main event number 3, AFT singles. Light is green, clutches are out, into the first corner they go. Drain is on the bottom. He slips wide. We got company coming up the inside.
Yeah, it's going to be Bruner up the inside, immediately attacking Drain. Not able to make the move there. It's going to be Sadoff, though. Sadoff coming around the outside. Too wide coming off with turn 4 there.
We saw Sadoff go to the outside on that siding lap. He's sticking to the outside right now. Bruner, Drain on the bottom. Now Drain with the slight advantage. There goes Sadoff around the outside.
And this is what we talked about. Sadoff's got the chance to win, but he has to win this race.
And it doesn't matter what anybody does behind him. If he wins, he gets the overall.
Yeah, and Scotty, the track's going to dry out. So what is Sadoff going to do now? Is he going to start to try to move down? He does immediately. Gets by Tom Drain around the outside. Hits the bump there, though, is going to put Tom Drain back to the lead.
That's the same bump that Briar Bauman hit 3 laps in a row.
These guys go both lines even right now early on in the race. The track bumps, not able to see him, though. Chase Sadoff gets back by him, takes the lead.
It looks like Sadoff is actually faster up high. Even though it's the longer way around, Sadoff is smoother up in the high line.
Although they didn't put moisture down, Scotty, the moisture is coming up the later we are in the nighttime. It looks a little greasy right now.
Let's go back to the battle for third. Cage Tadman, he's still trying the high line with Trevor Bruner on the low line. Now Tadman squares up the corner, shoots up the inside. A nice go in high, come off low for the 228.
Tadman, a classic line right there. Bruner moved up the racetrack. Let's see, is Tadman going to be able to do anything now to track these guys down? We've got 14 laps to go in this one. It seems like a long time, but it's going to go fast at 13 seconds around.
Tadman still staying to the bottom line. Now the battle for the heat. Oh, yep, Tadman's still in that 3rd spot. Sadoff out in front, Drain in 2nd, Tadman's in 3rd. I'm curious to see if Tadman stays to that high line. He drops back to the bottom.
Well, I'm curious about Sadoff. Sadoff's sticking with that high line too. Is he going to eventually move down? Look, he is way higher up the racetrack than Drain.
Tadman just about came off the motorcycle, caught out of the corner of our eye on that 228. It's the 88 of Sadoff, the 59 of Drain.
I like what Sadoff did there. He came in wider, cut across the bumps. He's doing a different line in 1 and 2 than he is in 3 and 4.
And why not? It's working for him. It's smoother where he's running. He's going in low and now coming off even lower off of turn number 2.
Yeah, and he's just got to make sure his back tire's spinning. Look at his rear brake rotor starting to glow. He's using the rear brake to try to settle the chassis down over those bumps.
Use the brake going in the corner, keep the brake on until you get on that straightaway and then release the brake. We go back here for the battle for 7th. It's Santero, the 75. Gauthier in the 79. Vanders right there on the 83. Gets on the front of the handlebars. The 83 almost crashed.
Yeah, that just shows how impressive the leaders are to be able to avoid those bumps. We saw Vanders get up on the front end there, hitting those bumps, but Santero battling it out with Dalton Gauthier right now.
75 Santero shown right now in 7th. Gauthier on the 79 is in 8th. It is rush hour traffic, just like in Main Street, but going a whole lot faster right here at the Sturgis Short Track.
And we've got multi-line racing right now.
We also got a good battle for 5th and 6th with Rusev is on the 26, right there in front of these two on the Rusev is on that 26, Vanders on the 83 bike.
Scotty, this one's almost over already, only 7 laps to go.
Renshaw drops to last place right now. He's having a rough night on that 65. There goes the 26 of Bruce Evans. He is fast on short tracks. He had that wild ride who got together with the 83. Now we go back out in front. Here's Chase Sadoff, the 88 Rick Ware Racing Honda.
Sadoff's got a little bit of a gap back to Drain now, but one little mistake will eat that up. Chase Sadoff gonna catch up to lap traffic's brake rotor still glowing, which is a good sign he has brake left.
4 laps to go for the 88 Chase Sadoff, looking for his second win on the season. Mathematically, according to Colby, if he wins, he gets the overall.
Yeah, Chase Sadoff, we talked about this. He hasn't won the first main or the second main, but he can do this right now. Chase Sadoff gonna have to deal with lap traffic. Tom Drain catching up quickly right now. I'm not sure exactly what happened. He lost half a second there.
Kristen, what do you got on Tom Drain?
Right before the start of this final feature, I asked Tom Drain what adjustments they've been making throughout the night. He said because every one of these features is so important, they haven't been adjusting the bike, but rather focusing on their line selection.
Tom Drain is caught the leader. There's 2 laps to go. Make it the white flag this time by. The 59 goes to the front. Can the 88 hold him off?
What's Chase Sadoff going to do here? Tom Drain has the advantage being on the lower line, but no, Sadoff moves down to the defensive line, Scotty.
They're bouncing him all over the place off of turn number 2. Off the final corner, Chase Sadoff makes a bobble, leads him to the finish line. Sadoff wins in Sturgis.
Sadoff made a defensive move there, moved down, heads up riding. Tom Drain could have moved him up the racetrack. If he didn't do that, Sadoff is going to grab this win in the 3rd main event, Scotty.
The results from race number 3. Chase Sadoff with that win will take the overall victory by 1 point over Tom Drain, and it was one heck of a battle.
By 1 point, he takes the overall here tonight. Chase, a defensive move in that final feature allowed you to strategize and advance and allow yourself this win. Chase, how meaningful is it to get this inaugural win here at Jackpine Gypsies?
It's very meaningful. I took a chance in that race off the start, and I just rolled with it. Man, I didn't want to have to shut the door that hard on Tom, but I was there for the win, and I wasn't giving it up on the last lap. So, yeah, hats off to everybody, my whole team. My brakes are freaking smoking right now. Those things were so hot. I had to let off of them during the race and give them a little bit of a break, but hopefully we can keep this ball rolling and go for tomorrow. But, yeah, I can't thank everybody enough.
Well done. Congratulations, Chase Sadoff, guys.
Pretty pumped up, pretty excited for that win right there. Here is the start. Tadman had a good hole shot on the 228. So did Drain on the 59. Sadoff back there goes to the high line and made that high line work to get by the 59.
Yeah, just works his way around Tom Drain and just commits to it. Really has so much confidence in the bike and being able to run that high line and stuck with it the entire main event. Even with Tom Drain, put pressure on him down low here.
This is the last lap right here. The 59 gave a run for it, and Sadoff got the driver again, making that high side work on that 88 bike, and that would be all she wrote. He would lead him to the finish line. Sadoff gets the overall and gets main event win number in the 3rd main event to get that overall win. On the podium is Tom Drain with Kristen B.
Tom, despite finishing 2nd, pulling in, you laid your head on your handlebars, disappointed. Why?
I just felt like we had it there. We had a really good bike. The team put in a lot of work to get better from where we started today, and it would have been nice, but that's racing, ain't called winning, so it was really good to get on the box. It's really happy with that. Haven't been feeling the best all day, been pretty sick, but to come away with a 2nd on a day like this is really good.
Well done.
Taking a look at the points in the AFT singles, it's Tom Drain in the lead with 191 points. Chase Sadoff with 172, so he closed the gap a little bit. Bruner's still in 3rd, Terrence Santero in 4th, and Aiden Bruce-Evans in 5th, rounding out your point standings. On the podium is 3rd, the 228 Cage Tadman.
Cage Tadman qualified 5th, found his way to the podium in this final feature. Cage, what allowed you to find progress and find success throughout the night and improve on the bike?
It's just, I think it was just more of trying to find different lines that work. I mean, qualifying and all that stuff. I mean, found a good line, but I mean, when you're in a racing situation, a lot of stuff's going on. So I think, like, at first it was just kind of find multiple lines that work and try to run a good race, stay consistent, and yeah, I mean, it worked out good. It feels good to be back on the podium. We had last 2 rounds were kind of a tough break, but I mean, we're back better than ever, so I'm happy for that.
And we're happy to see you back up here, Cage Tadman. Colby Carlisle had you down for a win at some point this weekend, and I'm sure we will see that at some point as well.
Yeah, coming up shortly, we're going to have Briar Bauman facing off with Dallas Daniels. Splitting wins so far tonight. If one of them wins, that's the overall right there. That's all it is. But will we have a spoiler? Max Whale's been creeping his way forward in each main event tonight.
The exciting conclusion of the Mission Super Twins when we return. Welcome back to the first night of the Jackpine Gypsies short track in Sturgis, South Dakota. On this week's show, we're going to highlight one of the nicest riders in the pit area, the Mission Super Twins rider, Justin Jones.
About midway through the off season, I was fully committed to riding the 450 class again, and I put some bikes together and didn't really have any major support. And one day I got a call from Eric Hoyt, who owns the team, and we've always stayed in touch, been great friends. And he goes, man, I got this twin, you want to race it? I'm like, at first I wasn't too sure about it, because I tried moving up to the twins class once before on some equipment that wasn't all that great, and kind of discouraged me from it. But you know, he promised me these were gonna be good bikes and that, so I was like, yeah, let's go forward with it, and we're gonna give it to him.
And Colby, qualifying was exactly what we thought it would be. Briar Bauman being challenged by Dallas Daniels.
This is the hardest championship race I've ever been in, like even against Mies, and it's nothing against Mies, it's just Dallas and his team always finds a way, right? And unfortunately, some of the other guys are struggling maybe with their bikes and are playing catch up, and luckily I have a great team with Rickware Racing Parts plus Latest Motors to race with them in general, but every time has to be important. Like I told Shane, I've never been so nervous for a group of races like these three, just because like you miss it a little bit and you lose points. Like, you know, it's not like Dallas isn't not going to beat me if I have a bad night. He's going to beat me. So I have to figure it out. I basically have to be perfect at every race for the rest of my career as long as he's racing.
It's a good feeling. Like, even I think we qualified second. We're a little bit off of Briar, but it felt good just to like feel comfortable. At Wheatland, I was not comfortable at all pretty much until the main event. So, and that's not a good feeling on a flat track bike. So yeah, today's going a lot better, and yeah, we're getting our stride.
Highlights from the Mission Super Twins heat race number 1, Dallas Daniels and Briar Bauman. Main event number 1, Briar Bauman had the whole shot. Henry Wiles was up there for a moment.
Yeah, Wiles was riding really aggressively early on, and that one actually takes over second place there from Daniels quickly. But Daniels starts to work his way up, but nobody will take over from Briar Bauman grabbing the win in main event 1.
Full out of breath. It's such a sprint for me. I'm not good at that stuff, so happy to get that one out of the way and ready for the longer ones, because that was just too so yeah, I feel good.
Briar picks up $2,500 from Mission Foods, winning Mission main event number 1. Mission main event number 2, Dallas Daniels grabs the whole shot, but it's Briar up the inside. He shoves his way through. The 3 is there. So's the 44, Brandon Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson made a quick move off the start there, but Briar Bauman gets a little bit of a lead. Dallas Daniels, though, so low onto that. We get a restart. Briar moves down to Dallas's line here, Scotty.
They both got to talk to their mechanics and made some adjustments to the way they were riding. Briar was running the bottom for quite a while, makes one mistake right there. The 32 takes over. Dallas Daniels will win Mission main event number 2.
I mean, it's how it's been all season. There's really no pressure. Like Briar said at the last race, pretty much numb to it at this point. Like, it's just a battle royale, so it's just how it always is, and at this point, we're just kind of used to it.
$5,000 from Mission for winning main event number 2 for Dallas Daniels.
We're going to have Dallas Daniels with the edge, getting the double points in the last one. He's going to be starting this one off with 65 points. Briar Bauman coming to this one 4 points back with 61. Right now in third place, it'll be Max Whale, 46, with 2-point lead over Brandon Robinson, sitting in 4th.
So it's winner take all.
Winner take all between Briar and Dallas, unless something absolutely crazy happens in this one. It's going to be settled between those two, but that last spot on the podium is up for grabs.
Let's take a look at your Mission AFT Super Twins starting lineup for main event number 3. Dallas Daniels is on the pole. The 3 is Briar Bauman. 18, Maxwell on the Royal Enfield. Last bike on the front row is the 44, Brandon Robinson. Don't count out the 20 bike of Van de Kooi or Wiles on the 911. And also Davis Fisher, who went down earlier. He's back there, the last pick on that second row. Kristen is trackside for our pre-race report.
Max Whale, who is still looking for his first win of the season in the Super Twins class, just told me that moving into this final feature of the night, he has 2 objectives. 1, get a good start, and 2, win. Guys, he's been racing phenomenally tonight. He's been in the top 3. He's been slicing and dicing with the boys. He told me that he wants to get that win because he wants to silence the doubters. So tonight, a little chip on his shoulder serving as extra motivation.
We return. The stars of the Mission Super Twins take to the track. Welcome back to Sturgis, South Dakota, the start of the Mission Super Twins, 3rd and final feature of the Mission Triple Challenge. 20 laps the distance. The inaugural Jackpine Gypsies short track. Main event number 3 is underway. Daniels on the inside grabs the whole shot.
Yeah, Daniels grabs the whole shot, gets defensive. They're not allowing Briar Bauman to go underneath him. Briar's going to have to try to go to the outside here, and he does. Goes around. They're going to be side by side coming off the corner, but it's going to be Briar Bauman with the lead on lap 1.
Maxwell gets pushed wide. He was up there going for 3rd. Now he's back to 5th. Here comes the Honda. Trent Lowe showed up in the main event.
And there we go, getting aggressive. This is championship time. Briar throws it in on Dallas there with a square up.
But he slips a little wide down there, turn number 4. Dallas goes back on the inside. He goes up there. Here comes Trent Lowe up to 3rd on that Honda.
Dallas Daniels back to the bottom, Briar Bauman, but Trent Lowe up in 3rd place with a great run. Briar Bauman going around the high side, but Trent Lowe up the inside of Briar Bauman now.
Trent running a track that's similar to Lawrenceburg and looks strong. Dallas goes back out in front, but the Berg boys should do good on this racetrack.
Dallas really defensive around the bottom. Briar Bauman, track looks a little bit drier up where he was there. He's gonna have to try to do that move again where he squared him up, and right here it is. No, it's not. Dallas, such a tight line there.
For more on Briar Bauman, here's Kristen B.
I asked Briar what he was looking for from his bike today. He said stability. The Harleys can be so reactive, it makes them really difficult to drive on a track like this.
Yeah, and Briar Bauman there, you see the bike move around. It is key that he does not let anyone else get in between him and Dallas. He comes in higher. He's trying to square off the corner, but right now, no, he's rolling the high line.
He's trying that high line. He saw Sadoff do it. That's his Rick Ware Racing teammate, kind of, sort of.
Briar's making just a few little mistakes here, but he's not losing ground on Dallas yet. What Briar's doing is he's searching. He's finding the line. He's trying to figure out what he can do.
It looks like the header pipe's glowing red on the 32 bike early in this one. 13 laps to go. Make that 12 laps to go in our final race of the night.
Yeah, Briar's doing this the hard way right now, where Dallas just doing what he did last race, running so consistent around the bottom. Briar Bauman might have to get aggressive with this one.
Robinson moves back into that 3rd spot on the 44 Harley-Davidson. Slide low back to the 4th position. Maxwell still in 5th.
Briar Bauman has a ton of pace right now as Dallas is starting to catch up to a lapped rider, but Briar still searching, trying to find it. He's gonna have to hope Dallas makes a mistake, but so often Dallas will not do that.
Briar makes a little bobble, hitting the bump going into 1, but he's trying that high line. He's going to work. He's getting beside the 32 bike. He's gonna try to square up the corner. He's on the back tire. Here comes the 3.
Yeah, and he almost had it there, but Dallas is running so tight off the corner. He's not allowing Briar. Briar's going to get super aggressive to make that move. Look at who's coming, though, the 44, Robinson.
Robinson, who's short speed early in the season. He's trying to make this long race happen for him here tonight.
Briar has to get this done now because he cannot allow Robinson to get into 2nd. That'll mess up Briar's whole chance at winning this thing. Briar still trying to square Dallas up, but Dallas so tight off the corner there.
Here comes the 3, looking up the inside.
There it is.
Nice move by the 3. Here comes the 44. He's going for 2nd.
That is best case scenario for Briar Bauman. He needs Brandon Robinson and Dallas to get into a little mingle here, but Briar, 1 clean lap and he can get away.
More lappers just ahead of the 3 bike. The 48 is still there. So is the 18 of Maxwell. We got the top 5 nose to tail down the back straightaway.
Briar did such a good job at gaming that waiting, and he had to go so low. He made that move. He had to do it aggressively.
The lap rider pulls out of the way. Some more clear racetrack for the 3, the 32, the 44. Your top 3.
Now Dallas Daniels still more consistent through the bottom. Briar Bauman's bike's moving around. You see him coming off lower. Dallas is, but Briar still in the lead.
Briar's doing an excellent job. Now he's worked his way to that bottom line where Dallas has been running all night, playing a little defensively, but sometimes you got to play defense to win.
Yeah, and Briar does. He just has to go slow as he can because Dallas is going to have to get super aggressive to get by him, but he's just moving around a little bit where Dallas' bike's working so good on the bottom.
3 laps to go. Who's going to win it? Briar Bauman or Dallas Daniels?
In Dallas, Briar makes a little bit of a bobble there going in. Dallas is right on his back wheel. Briar has to be perfect for these last 3 laps.
Can Dallas repay the favor and go back up the inside and do exactly what Breyer did. We're going to find out real soon. Here comes the white flag. The inaugural Jackpine Gypsy short track. Is it going to be the 3 or the 32?
Will Dallas have any last-ditch effort here on the... No, he makes a mistake, almost gets in the backside of Breyer. Breyer's going to have a gap, Scotty.
Here comes the 3 off the final corner. Breyer Bauman wins at the Jackpine Gypsy short track.
Breyer Bauman, a phenomenal job searching and searching for the first half of that main event. Finally makes the move. Dallas was running so low. Breyer did it so aggressively. A phenomenal job there for Breyer Bauman to grab that one and extend that points lead.
He's won every short track since we left Daytona. Incredible.
Right there, teammate Rick Ware, teammate Chase Sadoff gives him a high five. Maybe some notes were shared. Look at how ecstatic he is.
He is pumped up.
He took a lot of chances with that one, Scotty. He did that the hard way.
There goes Kenny Coolbeth giving him a high five right there. He's part of that Honda team. There he is. Make some noise for your winner.
On the Harley-Davidson here in Sturgis. We heard the fans earlier. A lot of them were cheering on Breyer Bauman tonight at the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. A Harley-Davidson will grab the win.
The Progressive American Flat Track Series has been brought to you by the Cat Rental Store, the official heavy equipment supplier of Progressive American Flat Track, and by Royal Enfield, an official OEM partner of Progressive American Flat Track.
Breyer, you seem more excited about this one than you may have been for your first win.
Dude, Dallas took me to school in that second heat race, or what main event. I rode so poorly, so to come back and get him, he usually just builds momentum, gets better through the night, you know, and sorry, I'm out of breath, that was hard. But my whole Rick Ware Racing Parts Plus latest motors team works really, really hard. We changed quite a bit of stuff, even though we've been fast all day, and he was really good. So I can't thank everyone that's behind me enough. Parts Plus, wheeling, kicker, latest motors, Service Pro Tim Hampton couldn't be here. Yeah, Alpine Stars, Ride helmets, everyone. My wife Shayna, she's ready to pop. She's over it, but she got me fired up for that one. Let's just say that. And big thank you to Harley-Davidson, who's here today in front of all these Harley fans. And this wasn't the best track for the XG. I know that for a fact. And we were able to squeak one out, get Brandon up here, and once again, congratulations, Dallas, man. He's so freaking good. It's like I've never been this stressed out all the time. And we're out here, baby, and we're working for it.
Congratulations. Enjoy this win, Breyer.
Here is the start. Breyer Bauman on the 3 had a pretty good shot, but 32 grabs the whole shot. Dallas Daniels had the lead. Maxwell slipped wide in that first corner.
Yeah, and Breyer Bauman just kept trying and trying to find the line to get around Dallas. He has to force the issue, a little bit of a wheelie there. Right here, he makes the move for the first time. He ends up passing Dallas twice in this one, but it's going to be that one right there that allows him to get the room to be able to grab the win.
Breyer Bauman's on fire on the short tracks. His 6th win of the season right here, the inaugural Jackpine Gypsy short track. Look at the emotion. Back to the podium with Kristen B.
Dallas Daniels and I were just talking about that final feature. Just a few little mistakes that haunted you throughout the main event.
Yeah, just a bunch of little ones that you probably couldn't see on TV, but that I could feel for sure. And this track, it was tough to lead unless you had a lead, and you've seen that with Breyer in the first one. Like when it was just like you could see what the guy was doing, and you were just kind of waiting on him to make a mistake. And I kind of made a little mistake out of 4, and he got a run, and I heard him come underneath, and I was either going to get hit or get out of the way. So I just kind of picked it up and thought I was going to be able to turn underneath him, and he got it stopped. You know, when you win, you might want a little bit of a break, but I'm really eager to get back here. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
We cannot wait to continue watching this battle unfold. Thanks so much, Dallas.
The overall points look like this. In the Mission Triple Challenge, Breyer Bauman with 130 points gets the overall win. Dallas Daniels with 122 is second. Brandon Robinson third with 92. Maxwell, a great night, gets a 4th overall with 85. And Henry Wiles, the 911, he ends up 5th with 71 points.
His last podium this season was in Lima, Brandon Robinson. Brandon, how good does it feel to make this return and this rebound to the podium in the inaugural running of the Jackpine Gypsies short track?
Yeah, it's always good when you're in a box, especially this year for me. We've just kind of been a little bit off pace of, these two, Breyer and Dallas, have just been killing us all year long. So I felt good in that main event. We were actually there with them. at least kind of were able to run the pace, so that was good. Man, it's been good to finally get back on the box here in the second half of the season and kind of get a little bit more consistent.
Congratulations. Enjoy the podium. Brandon, thanks so much.
The points look like this after Jackpine Gypsies short track number 1. Briar Bauman stretches out the lead by 8 over Dallas Daniels, who's in second. Robinson third, Davis Fisher's fourth, and Jared Vandekoy rounding out your top 5. Jackpine Gypsies short track, the inaugural visit here to Sturgis, and we had all kinds of great racing. Chase Setup takes the overall win in the AFT singles class, winning that third main event. In the Mission Super Twins, we went back and forth. We had Briar winning the first one, Dallas winning the second one. Briar wins the third one, gets the overall win. He's now the winningest short track rider in history. On behalf of Kristen Beat and Colby Carlisle, I'm Scotty Dubler. We'll see you next time.